Okay. So this is how you can define your row level data. I think let me just pause this. Okay, now this field which we have defined, it's a normal character field which we defined here. But the only difference is the ID. The ID is 179. Okay, so now let's see what happens when we have this field on the form. Now let me go back here onto the forms. I think I have to flush the cache. Shit. Okay, now let's flush this. Didn't saved it. Saved it. Now it will take some time. Okay, I got this field. So now let me go for a new request. I will say new show. Yes, some dates we are taking it. See, there is a unique number generated here. I did not put anything here, right? Automatically it generated a alphanumeric number for me. Now, whenever I have a field which has, field ID as 179, it will generate this particular in alphanumeric field for me. So now why I need this? What is the use? The main reason why I need this and what is the use is that whenever I generate a record here in the system, I need a unique identifier. So, in multi, in a normal environment where you have multiple forms, you need to modify records in multiple tables. For example, you need to define, you have a data spread across multiple tables. Let's take an example of your ITSM incident management. So there also you have, when you basically create an incident, modify an incident, there are multiple forms on which the data is updated, modified for notification, for tasks, for work log, for any other relationship, the data is updated. Now, to keep a track between the records of all the, forms. For example, I have, let's say, 10 forms in the system on which the data is to be modified. So what I do initially, whenever there's an initial submission on one form, let's say this form, then what I do, I generate a GUID and then this is spread across all the forms. Basically, I push this to all the forms. Then it is stored with along with the data which is stored there. So for example, in this case, I can push this to TMS task. Whenever I am creating a task, I can push this GUID to that. Then I will use this as a unique identifier between this form and that form. Let's say tomorrow I need to update something on that form. I need to process something on that. Then I can use this GUID field to do that. So I can use this as a reference ID, or I can use this as a ID to update the data on the other forms, to modify the data on the other forms, or to read the data from the other forms. So then in that case, I don't have to every time pass on the. So incident number or any request ID to the other forms. So this is mainly the use of GUID field. So if you see in your incident management also, maybe you have come across this. There will be a lot of forms on which you have this field. It is internally used by BMC to keep a sync between all the records or all the transactions on a particular to keep a sync between the data on a particular transaction. So whenever I'm making a transaction, I'm storing something, deleting something, creating something. So this GUID field helps me in cascading that effect to the all the respective forms. For example, you have a related task, you have a related some other item, and then when you go and delete the incident, it should delete that related task as well. Otherwise, that will be a orphan record in your system. Similarly, in case of updates, in case of notification, also this helps you. This field is used there. Okay. This is the main use of GUID field. You can also explore it yourself. Will not go into this because it will again we have to create a simple thing. I need to push this to the task form to other forms. Then I can, whenever I make an modification or update, I'll have this reference field to check which record I had modified here. Okay, that is how it basically is using the reference ID. Now